At FGS, we interview the biggest and best talent in the gaming industry.
I wanted a little snakier.
And I would often fall asleep to the sounds of monkeys fighting.
In this video, we've cut together the best bits of legends talking about the best bit of direction they've received.
Do it again, but less shit.
And that changed everything for me.
I didn't know I could do that.
I stopped being as self-conscious. I also got Who Let You In Here?
If you want to watch the full video, there is a playlist pinned in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to FGS for more videos like this.
What is the best piece of direction you've ever received?
My favorite bit of direction was, I wanted a little snakier. I'd be like, I got it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd really dig into the snake.
Okay.
That was pretty good. How about you?
Our cinematics director, Steve Knievely from Resident Evil Village, and we were in the booth, and I think I was laughing maniacally, as one does. And then there was definitely a moment where after I got done, there was a pause in the booth, and you're alone, and everyone else is behind a screen. And so there's always a moment of silence, and you're like, is it good? Did I do okay? Do you hate it? And then finally he comes on the intercom and he's like, Maggie, I'm worried you're actually insane. And I was like, yes.
Then it's working.
Bingo.
Right?
So that was probably my favorite moment.
That's pretty great.
My acting teacher said, you need to work on humor, irony, and charm. I told him to go f*** himself. But
That's all I get from you.
humor, irony, and charm? Oh, especially charm, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I wanted to become an actor because the girls were in the acting class. That's why I wanted to become, and that's a fact.
Wow.
I took an acting class in high school because there was a lot of girls in it.
Yes.
When I was a high school guy, you know,
Were you playing sports?
Oh, yeah, football and track.
So you were a proper dude and you needed to have a sensitive
And
side?
I needed, no, I didn't care about the sensitive side. I cared about the girls.
Don't try to act. Don't try to do something. I should just be this character rather than act like a character. And it's simple, but and it's sad that I needed that kind of line. But,
Sometimes you do.
How about you?
Do it again, but less shit.
I like that. I've gotten that one too. I also got Who Let You In Here?
When a director is really good at giving you direction in an action form of asking you questions and making you come to it yourself and not giving you line reads. In general, there are many directors who are very good at that, and I always really appreciate that.
And I think one of the best pieces of advice I ever got early on in my career was actually about auditioning. It was direction in an audition.
Yeah.
They took me aside and went, you do realize that we think you're good enough to be here.
Yeah.
So if we've got you in for an audition, you've got nothing to prove, just do your work. And that changed everything for me.
Oh, that's
that was
brilliant.
like a huge piece of direction that actually completely unlocked, oh yeah, they think I'm right.
Yeah.
So, and it sounds so simple now, especially because a lot of people talk about this, but at the time, when you're a young actor, you just want to prove your worth. And so you go in there going, pick me. And actually you need to not do that. You just need to go, here is my work. And here's me, and here's you. And if we vibe together and you like what I'm doing, and I like what you're doing, because it is both ways in some respects.
Yeah.
Then we can work together on something, the bigger picture of the project. But this is my work right now.
Yeah.
And the second I learned that, man, things got so much easier.
I wasn't initially cast as Sun Wukong. Yeah. And then I did these other two characters, which are Green Cap Martialist
and non-white.
And non-white.
And did they go, this, but more monkey?
Pretty much.
Really? And at that point, you kind of went, well, I think I might know which character this is for then.
Yeah. Can I be a monkey? No, that's right.
Yeah.
I actually, fun fact, grew up behind a zoo. So you could see from my kitchen giraffes' heads. And as in like in Cologne, I grew up in Cologne, right behind Cologne Zoo. And from our kitchen, the giraffes' heads were just bopping around. And I would often fall asleep to the sounds of monkeys fighting or something. So I was like, this is meant to be.
It's in your DNA. It's in your
it is
subconscious.
in my DNA. You know, I'm basically a monkey.
Did they have any direction? Did you already have the Chinese voice actors' delivery, or was there any?
I did, yes.
Okay,
I did.
so you knew. Did they want you to like interpret that completely on your own?
They didn't want me to do like a copy.
Yeah.
What you do often, usually with localizations, I've done these before, you play the original because it just also helps you get the vibe. They didn't want like it to sound like a monkey, but it has this quality, and the character is, you know, a mischievous kind of. He's not a traditional hero who is. Yes, I'm here to save you. You know, this is my.
He's a trickster.
Hero.
one of the best bits of direction actually I've ever had comes from one of the worst bits of direction. One of my teachers, a wonderful man named David Zub, you'd like do a scene and then he'd sit there and go, okay, just go back out, come back in, doing better. And that is the worst direction, but it's that vibe thing, right? It's that vibe thing, and every time I go,
okay,
I actually know what you mean. I know what you mean. And go out, come back in, and you go, yes.
The best piece of life direction that I was getting from Mary Poole at Northwestern University was my senior year, and I went into her office in a panic, and I was like, oh my God, I get it now. I get how I was supposed to be learning all this time, and I wasn't doing it right, and da-da-da-da-da. And she just very calmly said, that's why it's time to leave. As soon as you know what you're doing, it's time to move on to something you don't know what you're doing.
That's good. I like that.
And ever since then, I'm like, my entire life has been a series of like, I didn't know I can do that. Let's find out what else we can scary do.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know, I started out in theater. Theater was a great teacher because, so the audience is right there, you know? They'll tell you what works and what doesn't work. And if you screw it up, then you can learn from your mistakes and fix it the next night. But with voice acting, you don't have that luxury. And you're getting feedback from a handful of people, and you have to learn to trust them and also to just have fun, you know?
Oftentimes you're supposed to give like an A, B, and C, they'll say.
Yeah.
You say the same line 3 different ways, and it's really freeing as an actor, I think.
Have you been in the booth with the face cam?
Yes, I have. That's crazy. That's a little more like I'm very aware that something is hanging in front of my face.
I don't know if it differs with every studio, but a lot of them tell me that they don't track your eyes because your eyes are
moving all over.
It's more for the lips.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
And once I learned that, I stopped being as self-conscious.
I once did a 2-minute fight sequence with 3 performers, swords, deaths, climbing, falling, jumping, rolling, blah, 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 blah. It's a 2-minute long sequence, and we were asked to do it in its entirety with no mistakes, and we did it 42 times.
Oh my gosh.
On the 26th time, because I'm doing a lot of like sword twirling and flurries and things like that, my wrist was inflamed and gave out, and the sword just went and I just screamed out at the top of my lungs, motherfucker, like that. And then I turned around to the director going, ha! And he went, and I was like, one more time? He was like, one more time. I was like, okay.
Do you have any idea how much that hurt?
It was kind of crazy. At that point, it was like, we've got so many takes of this, and the director wanted it perfectly.
Yeah.
And you're like, perfect for what sense? Because like, you can move this around. You're not going to use the 2-minute in its entirety. You are going to edit this and clip it, and you can manipulate us in many different ways in animation.
Yeah.
Do we really need to do this? And we did it like 42 times. It also taught me a lot, as I became a director, it taught me a lot about conserving the best of actors and how to use them, and how not to overstretch them unnecessarily.
Yeah.
So it was a good learning lesson, but it was a bit silly.
Yeah.
How about you?
It was a Darren Aronofsky film called Mother.
Oh wow, yeah, I know it.
It was this scene with basically Ed Harris. Yeah, so he had to cry a lot. We were all crying, but he had to like cry right on camera and like deliver the speech. And it wasn't 50 times, but it was like one of the most exhausting things I've ever seen. And all the actors are coming up and like, are you okay? And he's like, I'm good. He's such a pro. Anyway, I feel like I learned a lot from that scene.
It was a line where the guy says, it hasn't quite come good yet. And we couldn't get the line. The dude couldn't get the line out. It was like 70 takes, 70. And he was like starting to break out in hives and everything. And it was just so excruciating. And finally when because it's motion capture, right? You can't see anything that doesn't have balls, right?
He means the balls on your scuba diver superhero jumpsuit, by the way.
So finally they just took it and put it on the table there.
Just let him read it.
It's not quite come good yet. And we're like, yes!
I say this line about, get your train to this place and that. They wanted running underneath it, just literally me just going, right? So I did that, and then they were going, can we get more smile in with that? So then you're going, like we got the line done. We then genuinely spent about half an hour just going, and I was going, guys, we've definitely, but they felt like someone felt like they had to prove that there was a reason they were in the room.
Wow, that's rough.
That was genuine hell.